So friends, right now I will show you the demonstration on the dummy models. These are the actual stereolithic models, and I will show you the placement of a compressive implant, that is the KOS implant, and the BCS implants in the mandible as well as the maxilla. So just please come closer. Okay. So as you see here, I have the compressive implant here. Okay, that is the KOS implant or the compressive implant, and if you compare, this is the BCS implant, which is a polished implant. Okay, totally smooth surface polished implants with aggressive threads in the bottom. So first I will demonstrate to you the placement of a compressive implants in the mandible. So one way what I do is, whenever I have the patient and he opens the mouth, and if there is a lingual undercut present, which means 100% we can do the lingual cortical engagement. So whenever the patient comes to examine you, you ask the patient to open a mouth, and like as you see in the complete denture, you can just palpate, and if you feel there is an undercut in the posterior mandibular area, definitely we can do a lingual cortical engagement. Now how to know what is the posterior mandibular area? Just run your finger like this in the vestibule, and you will feel the mental foramen of the patient exiting buccally. So anything behind the mental foramen is the posterior mandible, and anything ahead of it is the anterior mandible. So here I see a nice site for the placement of a KOS implant. Okay, and as I told you, this will be a single drill osteotomy. So normally, because this is a stereolithic model, otherwise normally the drill of choice will be the yellow drill over here. I'll just see if I can put it, then okay. So this is the drill of choice, the 2.0 yellow drill, and we go up till our working length. So we see the implant which we have decided is right now a 3.5-10 12 implant. So I will just palpate the buccal and lingual of the patient and go right in the center of the ridge. So mind you, when we are working in the mandible, okay, as I told you, the slope is there buccally. So when I mean center, we are going to go this way. Okay. So just you feel the buccal and lingual right in the center of the ridge. Let's take this. And just go, the marking are there on the drill. That's it. I have gone up till the working length. That's it. And then once you open this implant from the sterile packing, this is the implant driver. Okay, and you can slowly use it. And then use the ratchet. Okay, I will just show you how to use the ratchet one more time here. So this ratchet, okay, you just keep it, and every time you turn the ratchet, half turn, you hear a click, you just come back again. So it has gone half a thread in, you come back again. Now if you feel there is too much of torque, if the implant has not gone in 50%, and if you feel there is too much of torque, please friends, remove the implant by using the ratchet in the out mode. You can remove the implant. You can remove the implant by using the ratchet in the out mode, and make a drill of a slightly wider diameter. So I can use a 2.5 halfway, and then again use the same implant. So then right now I don't see much of torque coming. If you see, the torque is less than 10 or 15. So I can continue to go in, and as I go deeper into the osteotomy, my torque is increasing. Now it is almost 15. see the torque has come up to 35. Okay, so this is the beauty of the implant design. And as my complete implant is sunk in, okay, I am going beyond 35. There is very good resistance, and that's it. For compressive implants, you don't need very high torque of 60, 80, 90 NCM. That will cause compression necrosis. So if you see, this is a perfect placement. There is good bone buckle, and there is good bone buckle as well as lingual is right in the center of the ridge. Okay, and you can even tap on the implant in the mouth and check. And if you see the remaining extra 1 or 2 millimeters, there is the shaft. This is where the gingiva will come in over here. Okay, so just a single drill and the implant placement, compressive implant. Like you can put one more compressive in whenever you have a good width and a height. Definitely you can place a compressive implant. But when it comes to the lingual cortical engagement, let's say for example, okay, if I select this side here, now don't worry about these small holes which you are seeing. This could be even in the mouth. You may have a place where you have an extraction socket or the plate has broken, because our target is the lingual cortical over here on this side here. Okay, below the mylohyoid ridge, this is our target zone. So don't worry if there is an extraction socket or anything. There is still lots and lots of the plate remaining. You keep your finger here, okay, and then okay, so imagine this is an extraction socket. Always when you are drilling, you drill in a slightly oblique direction. So roughly from the center or slightly buccal of the ridge, oblique direction going distally. Yeah, that's it. So first I feel the heat coming on my finger, and next I feel the tip of the drill. Don't worry, you will not get hurt. And if I show you now my drilling here, okay, you will be able to see my drill. See this, I am just drilling reverse to show you. You will be able to see that my drill is exiting the mylohyoid ridge. Can you see? Can you see this? Okay, so your target zone is below this area, like you could see. Yeah, okay. And then once that drilling is complete, I would prefer to take the BCS implant, okay, because the BCS implant is which we engage bicortically in the hand grip. So my preferred instrument of choice is the hand grip, okay, and then I can slowly place my implant with the hand grip. Slowly, as I see the implant traveling first through the cortical into the cancellous bone, my finger is here. I will palpate it, and slowly my torque is starting to increase, and I can feel just the tip of the implant, okay, coming out of the lingual cortical area, and that's it. If you see, I've got a very high torque, okay, a very high torque. I just can't move here, and if you see, you can see the tip of the implant exiting at the lingual cortical area, and you see the implant over here, okay, going buccal to lingual. Got this? Okay, so this was regarding the mandible. In the mandible, typically we place 2 implants distally and 4 between the mental foramen and 2 here. So typically 8 implants is what we place